2008's Iron Man changed everything. Before this film, the only household superhero names were Spider-Man, Batman, or Superman. Now, over 12 years later, in multiple films, names like the Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man are well known throughout the world. What Jon Favreau, Kevin Feige, and Robert Downey Jr. did with this film launched a multi-billion-dollar franchise and changed the perception of superheroes in the mainstream media as we knew it. One of the most popular series in that franchise, The Avengers, sees all the separate heroes fight a bigger threat that they could only face together. Because of its popularity, it was only a matter of time before a video game comprised of some of the core Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, and Hulk, was created. In 2017, publisher Square Enix and developer Crystal Dynamics revealed a trailer of their upcoming game under the title The Avengers Project. On September 4th, 2020, a live service looter role-playing brawler simply titled Marvel's Avengers was released. After the successes of both Marvel's Spider-Man and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, I am optimistically excited to see how this next Marvel game fares. So, the main question I am asking today is Marvel's Avengers a winner or sinner?
We see it all around us more and more every day. People with power punching down. But the Avengers weren't like that. I believed it in my core. I keep thinking, this has to have happened for a reason. Maybe this is what I've been waiting for. Maybe I'm finally part of something bigger.
The classic starting at a later point in the story and then going back to the beginning.
And I'm pretty sure you're gonna win this thing.
And the winner for best fan fiction ever is Avengers versus the Evil Sewer Lizards by Kamala Khan.
Promise me something. Win or lose.
Oh, I'll always be good, Abu.
Oh, Beta. Good isn't a thing you are.
It's a thing you do.
Man, I will say, Marvel has some really strong motivational lines. No shot that Thor lands here and isn't immediately swarmed by fans.
Behold, a true weapon that needs no improvement.
Calls his hammer to him in the middle of a crowded event. Anybody else see a problem with this? I think he's gonna blindside some poor dude just trying to collect some comics.
Have you got all of the comics yet?
Not yet, but I will. What makes you think I'm not a real fan?
Oh no, dialogue overlapping itself. That's not a good sign.
I deserve to be here too.
You really think that the Avengers read your little story? Get out of here.
Why is the music so overly dramatic right now? It's really distracting to me.
And the mob, and the press, and the whole world tell you to move. You plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth, and you say no. You move.
You know, for what it's worth, I thought that was pretty brave.
Thanks.
I'm guessing you're a Captain Marvel fan. She's off planet, but she would have liked to meet you.
Sorry, you're Captain America. I'm Kamala Khan.
Khan. Your story had the evil sewer...
The sewer lizards, yeah.
Yeah. Thor really got a kick out of that one. Said they actually had a sewer lizard problem on Asgard once.
You read my story.
Everyone submitted.
Captain America will never fail to be the nicest guy in the room. Again, there is no shot that Captain America and Black Widow would be able to casually walk around without being swarmed by fans at all times.
That's those scientists from the TV.
Terrigen was meant for the people. not some toy for billionaires.
It still can be. Stay focused on what matters.
He'll want control, profit.
We won't let him. This is your moment. With Stark's funding and your mind, you'll be a hero to all those people.
All this praise. I hope Tarleton doesn't get a big head. Get it? Because MODOK and big head. You know, it was funnier when I wrote it down.
Bruce.
You disappeared this morning.
Back-to-back Troy Baker appearances. Gotta love that.
Director Fury!
Director, aren't you concerned that your helicarrier's reactor might be incapable of containing this Terrigen? We know nothing of...
We wouldn't be moving forward if this wasn't completely safe.
Ah, the classic we know nothing about this energy source, but everything is perfectly safe and nothing will go wrong.
The Chimera is powered by a new mineral, Terrigen. 3 years ago, I found a strange rock, yes, in the San Francisco Bay. Upon further tests, it was clear this mineral would be...
Hello, San Francisco! The city of fine people, good food, and no parking. I'm working on the no parking thing. Nice bag.
Good old Tony Stark. Always gotta make a hell of an entrance.
Oh no, this doesn't look good. We should get out of here. Come.
Sounds pretty big for an accident.
There are no accidents.
Thor, Tony, check it out. Once.
Try to keep up.
I gotta say, we have a stacked fucking cast here. Troy Baker as Bruce Banner, Nolan North as Tony Stark, Laura Bailey as Black Widow, Travis Willingham as Thor, and Jeff Shine as Captain America, all having a long list of credits for multiple projects and all being great additions to this game.
This just got a whole lot more interesting.
Let's make this quick.
Why would they set off one bomb and then wait 2 minutes and set off all the others? Dramatic effect bullshit. Oh joy, an on-rails shooter section.
Cap, that ship's not ready for flight. Why is it moving?
Someone's initiated the security protocols. The Chimera's autopilot has taken over.
Maybe next time we don't have a public event on a helicarrier powered by an experimental energy source where literally anything could go wrong.
You're up, Bruce.
Yeah.
Not sure, Nat. Seems like the reactor's malfunctioning. I'm getting strange readings on the monitors, like we're being pulled to a heat signal in the bay. Nat, it's going to this...
Repeat that, Cap. I'm having trouble hearing.
I'm really into this quick swapping between the different Avengers so you can be where the story is being told in an instant.
Carlton, I need an update.
The reactor won't stabilize! The Terrigen's molecular structure is breaking down into a gas! Something below is feeding energy into the reactor! It's extraordinary!
We wouldn't be moving forward if this wasn't completely safe.
We're going down.
I repeat, a sonic disruptor bomb. Secure the asset at once.
Yo, that asshole didn't just run into her, he fucking pushed her down.
Sonic bomb? Are you kidding me? Thought the UN outlawed those years ago.
They're called criminals, Tony. They tend to break the law.
Oh yeah? Here's one. Oh, kicking your ass! Truck!
Got it.
Cool seeing all the Avengers trying to save the bridge in front of you. As for the actual fight, not bad for a first boss. Doesn't feel super rinse and repeaty and more like an actual fight.
Guess you saw that coming, huh?
You think you've won?
What the hell are you talking about?
Look around, Romanov. The world will remember this day. The day their heroes failed them.
What's happening here?
The city's collapsing.
Damn it, they played us. Steve, can you hear me? Get the hell out of there!
Screw this.
Damn. I like this though. Always more interesting to see our heroes fail and how they handle it than just seeing them win over and over again.
5 years ago, the Avengers paraded dangerous, untested technology causing damage on an unprecedented scale. Our beloved Captain America was killed during the attempted theft of this technology, and many more still bear the scars of what has come to be known as A-Day. Hundreds fell sick, encased in strange cocoons, only to emerge with dangerous, otherworldly powers. It was Dr. Banner's testimony that brought about the end of an era.
So I ask you again, Dr. Banner, do the Avengers pose a danger to society?
Yes.
Damn.
After the government liquidation of Stark Industries, Dr. George Tarleton, himself a victim of A-Day and founder of Advanced Idea Mechanics, thinks science is the solution to our nation's problems.
I wish I knew what happened to Captain Rogers that day, but I was nowhere near the reactor room.
Could he make that sound like any more of a lie?
This is Phil Sheldon reporting live at the A-Day anniversary.
Love all the superhero stuff on our wall. You're telling me that this so-called resistance is recruiting people through Reddit and not some deep web form?
No way. That can't be it.
Tony Stark's password is I am Iron Man. You know what? That actually fits.
All right, see what we've got. The Chimera? This must be the reactor room security footage. Dr. Tarleton? But you're supposed to be on the command deck. Oh, Cap. What's going on? No way. Tarleton sealed him in? There's no malfunction. He killed Cap. Oh my god, he killed Cap!
Ah, the classic protagonist finds video footage that is used as a major reveal but doesn't have audio attached to it, so it can be used again for a second major reveal with the audio later on.
Tiny dancer? Heroes Park? I don't know. This could be a trap. But what if it isn't?
But what if it is? So this tiny dancer person never showed up and now A.I.M is all around the park. Kind of feels like a trap to me, Kamala.
Oh, good. You're awake. I'm so sorry. Those synthoids were only following their security protocols.
Hey, what's going on? Where are you people taking me?
Somewhere safe.
Oh god, this dude's looking like Sheen from Jimmy Neutron when Jimmy gave him a big head. Not sure if that's a good thing or bad, but we'll say good for now.
Kamala, A.I.M only wants to free us from being at the mercy of the powerful. Subjectivity. Unlimited power, that's dangerous. It's lethal. A-Day was a prime example. You are lucky to be alive. But with technology, we can right their wrongs.
Right their wrongs? Weren't you working on the Terrigen with the Avengers? Fuck, weren't you the one that discovered it? I would say you got at least 50% of the blame here.
Hey, were you there? I mean, when Cap died. Were you there?
Yes. Luckily, Monica found me on the command deck. Her regenerative formula saved my life. Come on, Kamala. Let's do this. Yes? Let A.I.M help you.
I'll take my chances.
Damn it, George!
You'd think they would have made some sort of power dampener by now for just this sort of occasion.
We're building an arsenal.
Programmable power under our control. No more heroes. No more mistakes.
It's time for another dose.
They still light candles at the base of that statue. If not for that hammer, I'd have torn the thing down.
Leave it. Why have the public thinking you're still worried about the Avengers? Let my people handle it. We have Adaptoid to launch.
This is incredible!
I like when games give little check-ins with the villains. The villain is just as important as the hero, so it's important to show that.
Whoa. How is this still here? It's so late.
Who's there?
Love that this is kind of a play on the scene from the first Avengers where Hulk chases Black Widow.
What are you doing? Leave me alone!
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
I'm sorry. Maria's good people. Tell her I sent you and just show her all of this.
But you saw the video. You know something's not right
Sorry,
here.
I can't help you. Look at you. Look at what we did. You have no idea how dangerous it is.
Tarleton calls people like me inhuman. He claims we're sick, violent, demented. He says our disease will kill us in the end. Well, I don't believe it. Guess I'll find Mr. Stark myself.
I'm all for trying to convince Banner to help you, but maybe don't just mic drop and walk out, seeing as you have absolutely no leads on how to find Stark, so you probably never would because it's Tony freaking Stark. This is the best cutscene in the entire game.
As well it should.
Got him. Send in containment units.
Dr. Banner, what do I do?
Run.
What?
Jumped straight at this wall twice, and he didn't connect both times. Nice. So our only chance to find Tony is through Jarvis, who is on what looks like the oldest hard drive I've ever seen. Man, if I were Jarvis, I wouldn't want to find the man that put me on that hard drive. That's like some AI cruelty. Abomination boss fight. Again, not a bad boss. I'm not having to do the same thing over and over again to get damage in, but there's nothing really special about it. Like, to me, it just feels like a reskinned Taskmaster boss fight. There's no wow factor or spectacle to make it feel different. Abomination doesn't do any crazy moves or anything, it's just another average fight. Wow, that is brutal.
Calm down. In a moment, this will all be over. Administer the cure.
What does that mean?
You're hurting him.
Congratulations. You've been cured.
Impossible.
We should get out of here. It isn't safe.
Well, you can feel free to make it a little more homey. You good? I'm not used to you being this quiet.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Okay. Okay. Good. So, yeah.
What if it's real?
Oh, sorry, what was that?
The cure. What if it's real? I mean, it looks real, but what if I could be normal again?
It didn't work like that.
I mean, you saw them. It looks like it really hurts, but maybe that's worth it?
Kamala...
I never really fit in before. I mean, superheroes were my world, and I figured if I could just win that fan fiction competition, then everything would just be... It doesn't matter. Now look at me. I'm a freak.
Whoa, you're not a... What you did back there. Hey. What you did back there took a lot of guts. Stupid. But it still took guts. And not a lot of people could, do that.
Good isn't a thing you are.
What?
It's nothing. Thank you. This room is really great.
Okay.
Or it will be. I mean,
okay.
Look at it.
Yeah, it's... good.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, I'll go do other things.
Okay. All right.
I love the awkward father-daughter relationship that they gave these two. They play off each other really well. I normally save this kind of stuff for the conclusion, but I think it has to be mentioned before that. This game is struggling to keep a consistent 30 FPS on a base PS4. When there's a lot happening on the screen, you're lucky to get over 20 FPS, and even when there isn't a lot happening, I have still noticed dips. In doing research, I've seen this problem not only on the base PS4, but on PS4 Pro, PC, and Xbox, so it's not just because it's a base PS4. Even if it was because of that, it is still completely unacceptable for this to be happening.
Tony? Hey, Bruce. Long night?
Ooh, long 5 years.
Love the passive aggressiveness.
At least it's quiet.
It was.
Oh, never mind.
Do the Avengers pose a danger to society? That was the question, Bruce. That was the question.
Did you even check the science?
Did you check
It was a
the
heist,
science?
Bruce.
No.
We were outsmarted.
The Terrigen reactor was unstable, and you knew that. You knew that, and you still paraded it before the entire world.
So what? We just give up?
We didn't give up, Tony. We failed. At least I can admit that. No, we failed him. We failed him.
See, this is why it is much more interesting when our heroes lose. Arguments like these between our heroes that are not completely black and white are some of the most powerful stories.
And she needs your help. I can't.
You can't what? You're ditching me?
Oh, hey, don't take it personally, kid. No, this is what he does, isn't it? And why don't you take a good look around, huh? I can barely help myself.
This was a mistake.
Now we agree on something.
Also, Troy Baker and Nolan North working together is just perfect.
The Avengers were set up. Cap was murdered.
You think I don't know that? Huh? I've replayed that day in my head 1,000 times. The Avengers take the fall despite saving the day, and that bastard Tarleton walks away smelling like a rose. And guess what? Guess what? No one cares. No one cares. The world needed someone to blame, and he gave them their scapegoat. So, unless you have some kind of astounding proof, I suggest you both get off my land. What is that?
Proof.
That was set up perfectly.
No, there's more here.
What?
Yeah, look, it's smart. They encrypted it to look like a corrupt file. Need a few hours, I'll get all the rest. What is this? Who is Tiny Dancer?
Oh no. We gotta get out of here.
What? You know this shameless Elton John fan?
They helped me get out of Jersey. I wouldn't be here if they hadn't warned me about A.I.M.
What? Didn't Tiny Dancer almost get you caught by sending you to Heroes Park? No. Actually, you got caught and had to escape yourself. Why are all the pieces of his suit spread throughout the manor? Wouldn't it be faster if it was all in one place? I do like that even though he has lost everything, he still put together a makeshift suit just in case. I think Kamala was a little too dedicated to finishing off that bad guy.
How are you feeling?
I've never felt better.
Your synthetics were useless. If you'd let me deal with the Hulk and Khan earlier, the archive would still be standing.
I'm pretty sure they let you try and deal with them, and you got absolutely obliterated by the Hulk. You know what? Let's replay that again, just for the fun of it.
Whoa.
Hey!
Sorry?
You should have knocked.
I was trying. I was knocking fist. Jarvis, help me out here.
It appears the locking mechanisms on some of the Chimera's crew quarters have not been enabled.
There you have it. I will fix that.
Please do.
I'm gonna meet up on the command deck about 10 minutes. You should come.
I know, I look ridiculous.
Yeah, of course you do.
Man.
No. We all do. It's part of the job. Have you seen Thor's outfit? Flowing robe, Vegas shoulder pads. I mean, pretty ridiculous. I am digging this,
Oh, it's a burkini. My mom bought it for me. Muslim ladies like to wear it for sports and stuff.
It's great.
All right, I'm just gonna change.
Hey, wait. The outfit is all about attitude. You gotta wear it like you mean it. Show me what you got. Come on, you can do better than that. Yeah, now we're talking. All right. You know what? Maybe I can help you with some upgrades for that. Gear's already spinning.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, and if Bruce says anything, just remind him that all he wears are super stretchy shorts.
Tony Stark, everybody. Pseudo Father of the Year, along with his awkward partner, Bruce Banner. So this mission is about getting parts to make Tony a new shiny set of armor. Not really an important mission in the scope of the game, but there's one reason I wanted to mention it. Holy fuck, the FPS was so bad. Like max 15 FPS throughout most of it and possibly even lower. Well, I'm pretty sure that Kamala just killed that guy, but that did look pretty cool, so...
We have scavenged every part of this desert by now. And it's not gonna be enough.
Am I alone?
What?
Where are all the other Inhumans? Why aren't they fighting back? I've seen the resistance symbols. I've heard rumors of a rebellion, but still nothing. I don't feel sick at all. I've never felt more alive. What if I'm wrong?
I know what Dad feels like. These powers are a part of us. And all I do know, it's a lot better if you just embrace that.
Not only do they have a great father-daughter dynamic going, but they are also perfect as a pair because they're fighting the same fears. Kamala's arc is questioning whether MODOK is right that Inhumans are dangerous and a disease to be cured. Pair that with Bruce Banner, where his whole character is questioning if the Hulk is a disease to be cured and the guilt that he feels for creating what he believes is the most dangerous being. On top of that, him feeling responsible for Cap's death and even more guilty for believing that he created more dangerous beings in the Inhumans after already creating the Hulk. They can both help one another accept who they are and reject the dangers themselves or others believe them to be. So, just when we were looking for initiator cores to get the Chimera back in the air, and just when Kamala was questioning whether the Resistance was real, a depowered Ant-Man shows up as the leader of the Resistance with a stockpile of initiator cores. Convenient timing is convenient. Something I want to mention really quick is about your team rosters for other mission types. I'll go into other mission types later, but when you're doing anything other than a main mission and not playing multiplayer, then you will get AI companions to help you. The problem is, if you have not specifically input that you want certain characters to be your companions, then the game will assign you random characters. For example, here I have both Captain America and Thor on my team, but currently in the story, both these characters have not shown up, and Cap is very much presumed to be dead. Now, I know out of the game that he's going to come back because they wouldn't program a whole character just for one mission in the beginning, but it would still be nice to keep some of the immersion and mystery alive and not allow him to be one of the AI companions until after he comes back. Holy fuck, I actually forgot. This is one of the main missions, but it's a filler main mission where they allow companion AI and they put Cap on my team again. That makes it even worse. Alright, let's talk combat. I've heard a lot of people classify this game as a button masher. I think at times it can devolve into a button masher if you let it. However, so can a lot of third-person games in the same vein as this one. Marvel's Spider-Man, the Batman Arkham series, God of War, or even the Dark Souls series can all devolve into button mashers if all the player is doing is button mashing. Sure, you can just randomly mash all the buttons on the controller, but you will more than likely die a lot more just like you would in all the other games I mentioned. I think the combat system has some fun variety to it. Take Iron Man for example. He can fly, he can have close melee fights, he has 3 different long-range attacks, lasers for big groups, rockets for bigger enemies, and a universal repulsor attack. His ult is the Hulkbuster armor, his unibeam is a special, and most of the different characters have variety like this, but also feel unique and different. So as long as you don't button mash, the combat can actually be fun at times. But, and this is a big but, there are 2 main things that almost completely ruin the combat for me. The first is the balancing between the characters, or the overbalancing of them. Now I know that they want all the Avengers to be balanced so one isn't way more favored over the others, but when Black Widow hits for as much damage as the Incredible Hulk, or when Black Widow can run as fast as Iron Man can fly, then it can be super immersion breaking and completely take me out of the game. The other problem is the horrendous defense system. In other games like God of War or Spider-Man, the player can register all incoming damage by looking at their character and what's right in front of them. It makes it very easy for the player to process when to dodge and what damage is coming in. In this game, when an enemy is on the screen and about to hit you with a melee attack, a circle will appear on their body with either a red, yellow, or blue color. Red means that it can't be parried, and I honestly still don't know what the difference between yellow and blue was. Next, when an enemy is on screen and about to hit you with a ranged attack, a small arrow will appear above their head, which is so fucking hard to see from far away. Finally, if the enemy is off screen, then a tiny circle will appear around your character with an arrow pointed to the danger. The circle also has the 3 different colors and a symbol in it to show if it's a ranged or close attack. Or sometimes it will just show an exclamation mark. Honestly, I don't know how it decides what to show. The circle will also fill up to indicate how close an attack is, but most of the time, the timing for it fell off, and sometimes it just didn't do that altogether. There is so much shit scattered all over the screen, and it makes it almost impossible to register all the incoming damage, and most of the time, that's why I died. So combat can be fun, but it has a lot more problems than it should. He's really blowing off some steam, huh? Man, I'm killing it with the dad jokes today.
I broke my leg during the escape.
Well, at least you made it out, right?
My mom came back for me. Yeah, I made it out. And she was captured. I overheard Dr. Pym. They're moving all the prisoners to a new location.
Well, they'll find that too.
Oh, no, they won't. Your Avengers will be too late.
Here, let me help you.
No. Don't you get it? We're inhuman. No one cares about us.
That's not true. Look, we have to help them.
That's not a good idea.
What? There's Inhumans in there. I don't understand. Dante's mom. We can't just sit around and do nothing.
We're not gonna sit around and do nothing, okay? Roy just left with the energy cores. It means Tony's gonna be here in less than a day. We need to wait.
I don't understand. We have the Hulk.
She took the words right out of my mouth.
Getting out was far easier than getting in, and we had help. From the ground, its walls are nearly impenetrable.
You saw what we did back there. I could help.
But it's too risky. You wanna help?
You don't understand. You're not Inhuman.
You're not ready. I'm sorry. We wait.
Sorry, I can't do nothing.
I really like having Kamala as the main character. Sure, she's a little reckless, but for this story, I think it was good to have somebody outside of the beaten and broken Avengers that still believes in always trying to save everybody no matter the risk and can show that to the Avengers again. Now that we have covered combat overall, we can look at the single Avengers. Kamala isn't my favorite in gameplay, but is still fun. Her ult, where she grows huge, is visually cool and fun to use, and her basic stretchy attacks are very satisfying.
Oh no, not now. Not again. Oh!
It's cool that they show Kamala always pushing her powers further and the limits that come with that.
The terms of our agreement were clear. We deliver a cure. You control the media.
And we've more than held up our end, but this cure of yours? Children being ripped away from their families? People missing?
The launch of the adaptoids will be the perfect distraction.
And after? Without proof, that your cure works. Words like terrorism are being bandied about in some of my circles.
Oh, it will work, Senator.
The effect of the gas is still only temporary. And without my formula to keep them alive, well, the gas
kills them. This isn't working.
That gas gave us the adaptoid. My formula kept you alive. Now, if I could isolate how it manifests within the Inhumans, I know I can reverse the effects. There are more opportunities here.
We have enough powers harvested to build your army. It's time we cut our losses. Shut it down.
Fucking pulls up super secret classified information with a prisoner behind her. Even if she does think she's knocked out, that's dumb. Why not put her in a separate room or something?
What am I doing? I don't even like kids.
Good old Black Widow. Also, anybody catch her first text to Hank and Bruce starting with "Hey idiots"?
You're provoking her powers. It's killing her. You're not even looking for a cure anymore. The formula keeps Inhumans alive just long enough to copy their powers. It's just a cover for your twisted experiments. Stealing powers to create adaptoids.
See, if Kamala hadn't tried to break in, then we never would have learned all this.
Not you all left. Fine, I could do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
Black Widow is probably my second favorite character. She has a bunch of different guns she can use through upgrades, and her close quarters combat is very flashy. Her grapple hook also makes her arguably the easiest character to parry with. Oh boy, the FPS is really chugging again. Monica fight. Again, nothing special. Boss fights are pretty average in this game, which I guess means they aren't bad, but you know, could be better. You know what? I take it back. This boss fight is awful for the sheer fact that this is the worst the FPS has been through the entire game.
I'm going home. To Jersey. I don't know who I was kidding. I'm no hero.
I don't know, I got a Quinjet full of people who would disagree with you.
I couldn't control it. I keep passing out. I blew it.
Hey, mistakes are gonna happen. To be honest, Jersey wasn't my finest hour either.
Yeah, you can say that again. Almost got Kamala killed multiple times.
Scour the earth. You will not find our lab.
The adaptoids will launch, Bruce. Saving the world requires sacrifice!
You know, if she had just shut up here, then they would have been fucked and never would have found the lab.
Jarvis?
Sensors detect A.I.M forces incoming.
Tarleton's come for his sidekick.
Nat, Quinjet.
You read my mind.
With me.
All right.
Hey, just watch yourself out there.
I will if you will.
Kamala, let's go.
Where did Tony get his armor from? The only way it would be that fast is if it's his bleeding edge armor, and I'm pretty positive it isn't.
Monica, she's escaping.
We're here live at the A.I.M experience in Manhattan, witnessing the return of the Avengers, but they appear to be attacking the city. Keep rolling, keep rolling. Is it any coincidence that this attack comes on the very day that A.I.M is supposed to unveil their promising new adaptoid program? Oh, shit.
Alright, that's pretty cool. Also love the little nod to his Donald Blake's secret identity that he had in the comics for many years.
You should know, I'm not in the best of moods!
Thor releases an effort. Jesus, who is writing these subtitles? Thor is not my favorite. They basically tried to make him feel like Kratos from the new God of War, and they missed the mark a little. The main reason is because Mjolnir doesn't feel as satisfying to throw as Kratos' axe. Also, Mjolnir does not have a dedicated recall button like Kratos' axe does, so to recall it you have to ADS, which is really awkward when you're trying to recall it while also in a fist fight. Oh, also, guess what? The FPS is trash here too. Whoa, I didn't know Thor could move that fast.
Show me this footage.
Jarvis? Are you done?
I have broken the encryption, so there is more to see.
George! We have to shut down the reactor! It's pulling us towards that heat signature.
I've tried, but there's no way to disengage the crystal.
Then get out. And seal the door.
What?
George! Go!
No. This can't be right.
Head to the command deck!
What?
Evacuate now!
No, Cap, what are you doing?
No!
Just stop.
What are you doing?
No.
Cap smashed the reactor.
And here's the second reveal with the audio now.
This is our fault. All of ours. How do you not get that?
What I get is that you actually believe all that crap you said at the hearing.
I believe that we are dangerous.
You really think the world is better without us?
Yes.
I'm out of here.
You all have not changed.
Look at her. She can't be fixed. She can't be cured. I've done the experiments. I've checked her DNA over and over and over again. You and I created the perfect disease.
No, actually, I do the job. I make the tough decisions.
Doomed.
I stand by the people who made me who I am.
I am warning you.
What's that, Bruce? Make you angry? See, that's always been your problem. Running from who you are, what you are. Maybe that's why Monica got the better of you.
I was just agreeing with you, big guy. That banner is a coward.
Guys, don't do this! This is exactly what Tarleton wants!
I'd stay out of this one, kid. Get on, bud! Don't be your punching bag!
I guess it makes more sense to go right to Kamala after all this, seeing as she is our main character and the one who brought the Avengers back together, so we want to see her reaction to them disassembling again, but man, do I want to play or at least see that Iron Man versus Hulk fight fully.
I just want to talk to my dad.
Calling Yusuf Khan.
No, don't, Jarvis. I didn't mean to.
Hello? Beta, is that you? Oh, come on, if you're there, I miss you so much. Look, I'm not angry, I just want you to come home. I'm sorry. I should never have told you to hide your powers. Perhaps you're scared, a little unsure of... The important thing is that you always stay true to yourself. I love you, Beta.
I love you more.
The adaptoids will launch! Scour the Earth. You will not find our lab. Scour the Earth. You will not find our lab. Scour the Earth. You will not... Scour the Earth.
Scour the Earth. That's it. Of course, the satellite. The satellite.
Ah, the classic protagonist at their lowest gets a uplifting speech that makes them persevere.
Avengers, if you can hear me, I think I found a clue. Look, I know I messed up. I wanted to blame A.I.M so bad for what happened to me on A-Day, it blinded me. But Cap must have had a good reason for what he did. I know it. People believe in the Avengers. Not just because of your cool powers, but because no matter how bad things get, no matter how much you disagree, you always come together. Don't you get it? Your differences are your greatest superpower. I was just some weird kid from Jersey who didn't fit in. But you saw me for who I really was. You accepted me. There's still a bad guy out there who wants to hurt the world. But we can stop him. Good isn't a thing you are. It's a thing you do.
I'm sorry.
I still believe that having Kamala as the main protagonist instead of one of the Avengers was a great choice. We needed somebody outside of the Avengers to remind them what they stand for and why they are needed.
Look, I'm not very good at I'm sorry, so say good enough. Yeah. So, you found a clue?
Yeah, it's the interview. Listen.
Scour the earth. You will not find our lab.
Okay.
Monica's right. The lab's not on Earth.
I'm not following.
Okay, when I was captured, Monica and Tarleton had this argument. Tarleton had to leave the room, and then Monica pulled up the coordinates to this satellite called Ambrosia.
Ambrosia? That was a SHIELD biomedical research project. A.I.M must have required it during the takeover.
It would be a great place to hide proof of inhuman experiments, right?
And that right there is why you don't pull up super secret information with a prisoner right behind you. Let's talk all the different mission types. We have war zones, which are the big open areas with multiple objectives to complete. Drop zones, which are short missions, normally with one objective in a small area. Harm rooms, which are your wave-based missions. Icon missions, which I'll talk about separately, and then main missions, which are obviously your story missions, but I've also come to realize that a lot of them are just rebranded Warzone missions to add filler. I hate to say it, but once you've played one of them, you've basically seen them all. All the objectives are the same and repeated through all the types of missions. I hate to say this even more, but once you've played like 3 of any type of mission, then it becomes very repetitive. Seeing as these missions are all you do for the endgame after the story, it's really sad to see how repetitive they become so quickly. Iron Man is definitely my favorite Avenger to play. I've said what he can do already, so I won't go over it again, but I think he is the most fun to play and has the most versatility out of all the Avengers. So I'm doing another filler mission that's really just a Warzone mission to steal some PIM particles from A.I.M so Tony can build a suit to get to space, and I got this weird bug where the intro cutscene didn't play, so the Avengers are just standing here awkwardly. Well, that glitch definitely just murdered that guy. Now this is the type of rinse and repeat boss fight that I've been waiting for. Break all the vents to expose the head and damage it, then repeat. So I was doing a harm room mission and got downed on this little platform. Now, any of the companion AI can get up to this platform. Black Widow actually did come up to the platform, but for some reason, all of them bugged out and couldn't revive me. I have no idea why, especially since Black Widow is literally standing right outside of my revive circle, so this was kind of annoying if you couldn't tell. You okay, Kamala? Okay, it's an on-rails flying sequence, but like, it's a cool sequence nonetheless.
Okay, let's see what we got. Wait a minute. Well, this doesn't make sense. Regenerative formula. That'll explain Tarleton's giant head. That's its source. Probably some unfortunate inhuman.
Oh my god, I have absolutely no idea who that could be. If only I had some special information that a character would show up again.
That's not ominous at all. Oh my god. Cap. Oh, please be alive. Steve. Steve? Holy shit, you're alive. Tony. What is all this stuff? Where am I? Tony? Are you hugging me? What? No, I just didn't want you to fall. Then why aren't you letting go? I thought that... It's good to have you back, Captain.
I gotta say, even though I knew this was coming, it's still a nice moment to see.
Can't imagine your buddy Tarleton was too thrilled about using superhero blood to replace superheroes.
He leaves the details to me. Stop what you're doing. Now.
Wait a minute. Georgie doesn't know about any of this.
And he never will.
Self-destruct sequence initiated.
Uh-oh. I think we made her mad.
Why is the self-destruct button never immediate? It would save the bad guy a lot of headache if it was. This is really weird. They have you fight as Cap without his shield here, but all of his animations were built with the shield in mind, so when he fights without it, the animations look really off. Look, he even does the animation to put away the shield even though he doesn't have it. That just seems like very lazy work to me.
Well, good news is we're not gonna die in a fiery ball of death.
And the bad news?
We'll most likely suffocate first.
At least it's a good view.
That it is. Damn it. So close. Well, since we're gonna die anyway, you have any, I don't know, last confessions?
Your jokes. I just don't get them.
I know, I read your diary.
I kind of love moments like these. These characters have been in so many near-death experiences that all they can do is enjoy the view and laugh together.
Why'd you smash the reactor, Cap? A lot of people died.
Tony, there was something buried deep beneath the bay. Somehow linked to the reactor, working its way to the surface every minute.
It's the earthquake.
I had to do something. The entire San Andreas fault was about to blow. The ocean would have consumed the city. Millions would have died.
What I don't love is using a plot point like a bigger threat other than MODOK that we heard in passing through one sentence that I completely forgot about. Why did we wait until the 11th hour to bring this back up? If this was going to be such a big plot point, then I wish people would have brought it up multiple times throughout the course of the story. Something like a what was in the bay or something from Bruce and Tony. I'm like 90% sure my game glitched here because Thor is supposed to be in his normal costume in this cutscene, and I have no control over that because I didn't have Thor unlocked, so it had to be because of the game. So Georgie Boy was getting this regenerative formula 6 months after A-Day, which was almost 5 years ago. So why after 5 years was his head only semi-large, and then a couple weeks later, over the course of the story, his head was the size of the moon? I've heard of an exponential curve before, but that's quite extreme.
You infected me with his blood. It could have killed me.
But it didn't. Remember the dream, George.
you make me one of them!
I made you strong.
You stole my hope. And now, I am going to give you the same odds that I had.
Well, from what we've learned, that's going to take at least 4 to 5 years to really affect her.
Steve.
Nat. God, it's good to see you.
Listen, if I had known you were alive, that they had you.
This isn't on you. Tarleton didn't even know Monica had me.
A-Day. The heist. Monica hired Taskmaster to steal a Terrigen crystal.
What? So just because Monica kept something from Tarleton, it means that she is the one behind everything? That's the biggest fucking jump to a conclusion I've ever heard. To me, Captain America plays like the better version of Thor because the shield automatically returns to you instead of having to do the janky ADS thing with Thor. So the final mission type that I wanted to talk about is iconic missions. I wanted to talk about them separately because they are so damn disappointing. Iconic missions are basically side missions that focus on a key Avenger. The problem is that the missions are just basic objectives that try and tie into the story, but don't really mean anything or tell us anything about the specific Avenger. Picture this, what if the iconic missions were important moments from each of the Avengers' past? For Iron Man, it could be him escaping the cave in his Mark I armor. For Thor, it could be back in Asgard and he has to fight Loki. For Cap, it could be back in World War II and he has to fight Red Skull. How fucking cool would something like that be? These missions are so disappointing because they could be so much better.
You have to get AIM off those junctions. All security locks on the elevator have been disabled. You're clear to go, Cap.
All right, this is it.
One super long elevator ride coming up.
Almost thought I had been drinking for a second, but nope, just another fucking bug. Alright, I need a fucking rant for a second. I don't know if this is coming from the multiple bugs or the terrible FPS, but I need to just let loose for a second. So after the last main mission, I decided to do all the iconic missions since I had so many that I hadn't done yet. Afterwards, I started looking for the next main mission but couldn't find it. Well, guess fucking what? The reason that I couldn't find the main mission is because it wasn't on the map. The next main mission is a fucking collectathon to get parts to build new suits for the final confrontation with A.I.M. I've already complained about the filler missions in this game, but a fucking collectathon as a main mission is actually ridiculous. Even though I only had one thing left to collect to finish the mission, I was so annoyed that I stopped playing the game for a week. But that's not where it ends. When I came back, I figured I would take like 10 minutes to find this last item and I could move on. But guess fucking what? It took me 2.5 fucking hours to find. But that's not where it ends. About an hour and 15 minutes in, I was starting to get really annoyed that I hadn't found the item yet. The item that I needed came from defeating a prime synthoid, and up until this point, I had just been playing random missions to try and find one of these. Obviously that wasn't working, so I googled Marvel's Avengers where to find prime synthoids. The article that I found said to look at the mission modifiers and find one that increases the presence of prime synthoids. It took me like 4 or 5 more missions after that, but I finally found one that had that modifier and was so relieved because I thought it would finally end. But guess fucking what? I played through the whole mission and took every combat encounter that I could and didn't find one fucking prime synthoid. So I guess those modifiers just don't mean shit. But that's not where it ends. At this point, I was losing my mind, so I just said fuck it and decided to do Captain America's iconic mission again. I figured I wouldn't find a prime synthoid because I had already played through this mission and didn't find one the first time. But guess fucking what? The literal first combat encounter that I went up to had a prime synthoid there and he dropped the item that I needed. This is me both losing my mind and celebrating at the same time. Look, I play games like CSGO, Escape from Tarkov, and all the From Software games, so I know what it means to be angry at a video game, but here, I honestly just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Never have I been so angry and confused at the same time at a video game for the sheer amount of bullshit and filler/padding that I was witnessing. Oh shit, I almost forgot about the gear system. Honestly, it's probably because it's so forgettable. Getting gear either means solving a simple puzzle or fighting some dudes and then opening up crates. It's not the most thrilling gameplay going from crate to crate to crate to get gear. All you need to know about the gear itself is that there is a button that you can hold that will auto put on your best gear. Having a button like this just tells me that this gear system doesn't matter in the slightest and won't affect gameplay. I never had to think about switching out my gear for a different set in different situations and always just held down the button and was good to go. So the final filler mission before the actual final mission is about saving Inhumans that are being held by A.I.M, and at the end you fight a boss. The boss is literally just the warbot from before, but now it can fly and is called the Warship. Way to mix it up.
That dark Terrigen. Tarleton wants to kill us all. We have to do something.
He can't cure the Inhumans, so he's gonna take them all out.
And this is just the beginning.
Sir?
What do we got?
According to the flight path, the machine originated from the San Francisco Bay.
No, that's not possible. I flew over that area dozens of times after A-Day.
Perhaps this is a ruse. They mean to throw us off course.
Unlikely. Residual radiation and mineral deposits on the wreckage confirms the craft has been in the Bay Area recently.
Then how did no one see it?
Same way they didn't see the warships coming. It's cloaked.
A quarantine. No aircraft, no ships in or out.
Hiding in plain sight.
Exactly.
Sir, I've just intercepted a signal.
Warships. Hundreds of them deploying out of San Francisco.
No, they'll kill thousands if we don't stop them.
Then we go to the source and shut it down. Jarvis, plot a course to San Francisco.
At once, Captain.
Okay. Well, if we're going into battle with our big-headed friends, Death Fortress, Robot Army, and the flotilla of warships, we might as well look good doing it, right? Right.
Is anybody else just not super in love with how these upgraded costumes look? To be fair though, it is a cool shot with all of them together.
The gunships are emitting a strange, dark mist.
What is this?
People everywhere are starting to panic. They're running and screaming. Some seem affected by the mist. It's like it's triggering something inside of them. I can't believe it. A.I.M is firing on the Air Force. Let's get out of here, run!
Captain Rogers, we told ourselves Terrigen was going to change the world.
I know. We made a mistake, George.
Don't call me that. George failed. MODOK won't. We can't cure this, or what we've become.
What are you saying?
Power cannot be controlled. I know that now. It has to be destroyed.
No.
Our sacrifice will be remembered, Captain.
I like MODOK's progression to this point. Throughout the game, Tarleton was trying to stop the spread of superpowers with the help of Monica and find a cure for Inhumans. That all changed when he found out that the regenerative formula that saved his life was just another thing spreading superpowers, and he realized that you can't stop the spread. He realized that you can't cure it and instead have to destroy it. So to destroy the transmitter and stop the signal to the warships, I have to do the same destroy 3 objectives that I've done throughout the entire game. Classic.
That's the last core. The transmission should be dead.
No, I'm still reading a signal from the excavation site.
The heat signal I saw on A-Day. It caused the earthquakes. Whatever's behind those walls, MODOK doesn't want us to get it.
Got bigger problems, Captain.
Shit!
Language!
But I have enough mist to blanket the world.
Avengers. No warships make it out of the quarantine zone. Tony, take out those thrusters.
Thought you'd never ask.
So for most of this mission, you play as Captain America up until this boss fight. I really wish this final mission played more like the A-Day mission where you rapidly change between each Avenger instead of just doing that for the boss fight. This is an Avengers game, so for the last mission, you should be playing all the Avengers for the majority of it. Each Avenger has a different part during this fight, and Cap's part is the most egregious form of rinse and repeat that I've seen in a while. Throw your shield at this thruster until he comes down, and then attack this power source in the back, and you do that like 4 times.
You don't understand! You can't help but hurt others! Only I can stop you!
Oh, so that's what was under the bay. Oh, I haven't talked about Hulk yet. Honestly, my least favorite Avenger because he just feels way weaker than he should because of this balancing. Hulk can die way easier than he should. The FPS on Black Widow's part is fucking abysmal.
If you wish to stand with your captain, you can die together!
Hulk, you're really gonna go for the eye that has powerful laser beams coming out of it? I know you're no Bruce Banner, but common sense.
I know you think you can use this power for good, but you're no hero. You're just a mistake.
The only one left to convince is yourself.
I am the good guy, Kamala!
Good isn't a thing you are!
Humans are born destructive, violence!
You're wrong! I'm not sick! I never was!
And that's her arc coming to a perfect circle, believing that she is not a disease to be cured. Really wish this wasn't just a glorified QuickTime event though.
What's happening? Oh no. No, not again.
Hey.
You're alive. What?
All this time I thought I was mentoring you and I'd given up. And I guess what I'm trying to say is thank you.
One more win for the best dynamic in this game. Nice little reconnection to end it off. Games as a service. Whenever I hear that term, I immediately get nervous. We have seen it struggle time and time again with games like Anthem, Fallout 76, and the releases of both Destiny 1 and 2. I think at this point, it is safe to ask why developers keep striving for this model, and honestly, I get it. I mean, listen to this. A game that only has to be built from the ground up once and can bring in a consistent form of revenue instead of a one-time purchase. You don't have to risk it on a new IP every couple of years or race against the clock to make a new game before funds run out. All you have to do is update and add new content to an existing framework of a game. I have a feeling that to most developers, that sounds like a dream come true. Here's the problem though. In my eyes, most developers focus way too much on the service part and how to maximize the consistent flow of revenue and forget that there's a game that needs to be made and perfected underneath. Unfortunately, this is how I feel about Avengers. For example, the microtransactions. I'm not normally one to care about cosmetic microtransactions because I don't really care how my character looks and will normally play in the default skin, but even I can agree that cosmetic microtransactions suck in a full price game because some people do care about that kind of thing and want to customize their characters. My bigger problem with them is that it is very clear more time was spent on making these skins and promotional tie-ins than actually refining the game. I mean, come on, did we really need all these promotional tie-in skins with the other companies? The time that it took to put these deals together and make these skins could have gone towards something needed like the FPS. In addition to updates that are making the game more grindy so people spend more time and money, it is clear that there is more focus on maximizing revenue than the actual game. From the FPS, problems with combat, numerous bugs, and a lack of content, there are a lot of things that needed more time and that I didn't like about this game. Okay, so what did I like? Honestly, the story. It feels like I was reading a very classic Avengers story straight out of the comics. I think Kamala was a great addition to bring the Avengers together, and Sandra Saad played her fantastically. I've already mentioned on numerous occasions how much I like the relationship between Kamala and Bruce, so no need to go into more detail there. If you can get through all the other problems, then it is a great story to play through. So, with all that being said, is Marvel's Avengers a winner or sinner? With a total win count of 109 and a total sin count of 231, Marvel's Avengers is a sinner. Well, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching the video. This game definitely was not one of my favorites, but I think it was interesting to look at with the whole games as a service thing. Maybe one day we will get a better Avengers game, but that definitely was not today. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, then a like and subscribe is always appreciated. And you can find me at all these handles shown.